You have done so much to help people in this country. In North Carolina, after the hurricanes, you actually sent your Starlink satellites to help save people there. You had to rescue 2 astronauts when NASA and Boeing both failed. Now you're here in Washington, D.C., working alongside President Trump to try and essentially save our country. Has anyone said thank you to you for doing this?
Yes, some people have said thank you. So, in fact, a lot of people have said thank you. So there's like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 25% that really don't like me, and that is obvious because they're hanging me in effigy at these sort of protest rallies. And they're being very violent about it.
You got a lot on your plate.
Yes, I have a lot on my plate. It's really, it's crazy.
I will tell you this, there are a lot of people who have supported you by going out and buying Teslas. My parents just bought their first Tesla to support you.
I'd like to thank everyone who has supported, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So I'd like to thank everyone who's gone out there and support and bought a Tesla in support of Tesla and me. This is in stark contrast to the crazy people that are running down Teslas. It's like, it's not like an investment, it's like a child. The company to me is like, it's not just a bunch of money. It's a company that I've grown and nurtured for over 20 years.
What do you think, and what are you going to focus on in the coming years that you think could really revolutionize humanity?
Tesla in a few months will release unsupervised full self-driving. So the cars that people are driving right now, the cars that you can buy from the factory, will be driving around by themselves with no people in them.
Wow.
We would call unsupervised full self-driving. So there's literally no one in the car on public roads. We'll start that in Austin in a few months, in June, and then we'll rapidly expand that to the rest of the country. In fact, anyone who has Tesla now, if they try self-driving, it should work very well. It should be rare that you need any intervention. In fact, in the future, I think it'll be unusual to see a manually driven car. It'll be like seeing a horse.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So in the future, it will be strange to see someone actually driving themselves in a car.
Yes.
And what about medically?
Tesla's also creating a humanoid robot, Optimus, which I think everyone is going to want. Because it'll be like, who wouldn't want their own personal R2-D2 C3PO robot buddy? That will help you do anything you want to do. I think that's going to be a massive product. SpaceX is doing rocket launching and Starlink internet, and hopefully we'll build the technology to make life multiplanetary, to build a self-sustaining city on Mars. That's the goal of SpaceX. Neuralink is building brain-computer interfaces. The first part is called telepathy. Allows someone who has lost the use of their body to control a computer or a phone just by thinking.
Wow.
In fact, you can interact with a number of people who've done this online right now. They're on the X platform. You can DM them, I think, and they'll reply by thinking. They're not typing anything.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then there's a second Neuralink device, very similar to the first one, called Blind Sight, which will enable people who are blind to see, including people who have been blind from birth.
Wow.
It'll interface directly with the visual cortex in the brain. And hopefully we'll be able to do the first Blind Sight implant in a human later this year. Within the next 12 months, I'd say I'm quite confident that we can do that. And then I also think it's quite likely, if not close to certain, that we'll be able to enable somebody who's has a severed spinal column to walk again by taking the signals from the brain, bridging them over the severed connection in the spine, and re-energizing the nerves past the point that's broken. Like, you can just think of it like some wires got broken, and if you can bridge the signals, your body will work again.
Amazing.
So yeah, there's some very exciting things on that front. Then there's AI with Grok, which have you used? Have you used Grok?
I have.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's really fun.
You can ask for complex analysis of things, and it's gonna get the answer right almost always. Speaking of AI, it's very important that AI be programmed with good values, especially truth-seeking values. This is, I think, essential for AI safety. Like, the most important thing we do for AI safety is to have a maximally truth-seeking AI. I can't emphasize this enough. Remember these words. We must have a maximally truth-seeking AI. And if we don't, it'll be very dangerous.
Final question. What do you want your legacy to be one day when you're long gone?
That I was useful in the furtherance of civilization. That I helped move civilization forward. Added to the store of knowledge and capability. That I helped understand the universe.
I think you're on your way. You're doing a lot for everyone here in America. You're doing a lot for everyone around the world. And for planets we haven't even visited yet. So,
thank you.
Elon, thank you for spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Doge savings are now at $165 billion. That's more than $1,000 for every U.S. taxpayer. And the crooks who stole your money are getting caught. Biden's former State Department analyst just pled guilty to embezzling more than $500,000. She wrote 60 checks to herself and 3 checks to someone else she had a personal relationship with. I wonder what kind of relationship. A lot of our money's missing. We expect arrests. We interviewed Elon Musk, and we didn't just talk about the future of Doge. We just stumbled upon the future of humanity. Elon says we're in danger, and he's got a plan to save us. What's more challenging, going to Mars or taking on Washington?
Going to Mars. Well, not going to Mars once, but say going to Mars to build a self-sustaining civilization on Mars. That is a very difficult thing, which SpaceX has not yet done, and we've yet to send anything to Mars. So, but whereas we have made significant progress in reducing waste and fraud to the government.
Why are we going to Mars?
Well, we're definitely. This is a change of subject, but it's not about going to Mars to visit once, but it is to make life multiplanetary, so that we can expand the scope and scale of consciousness to better understand the nature of the universe and to ensure the long-term survival of civilization in the hopefully unlikely event that something terrible happens to Earth, that there is a continuance of consciousness on Mars.
This is a backup plan in case something bad happens here, going to Mars.
That's one of the benefits of Mars, is life insurance for life collectively. So eventually, all life on Earth will be destroyed by the sun. The sun is gradually expanding, and so we do at some point need to be a multi-planet civilization because Earth will be incinerated.
I'm hearing this for the first time. No one's ever told me the sun is going to burn Earth.
This is not a disputed fact.
I'm not disagreeing with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't know this was our destiny, to get roasted by the sun.
Yes, and I don't think there's anyone who would disagree with that.
So we have to set up plans to leave and spread out.
I mean, we have several 100 million years, so it's not like you don't hold your breath. It'll be okay. But if Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years, which is what the fossil record suggests, then Earth only has about 10% more life in it before it gets so hot that life is impossible.
And you're going to be the guy to put us closer to where we need to be to get to Mars.
We're headed there, yeah. We have a long way to go because it's not about just landing on Mars and doing flags and footprints. It's about creating a self-sustaining city on Mars. With the fundamental fork in the road of destiny being that Mars is sufficiently self-sustaining and can grow by itself. If the resupply ships from Earth stop coming for any reason, whether that is because civilization died with a bang or a whimper, but if the resupply ships are necessary for Mars to survive, then we have not created life insurance. We've not created life insurance for life collectively. So that's the key point in the future, where destiny of life as we know it will forever be affected, is when Mars becomes self-sustaining.
Elon Musk says that the Department of Government Efficiency is on track to save American taxpayers $150 billion.
I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. And I mean, and some of it is just absurd, like people getting unemployment insurance who haven't been born yet. I mean, I think anyone can appreciate whether, I mean, come on. That's just crazy.
I know that was just 1 year. All right. Doge also found hundreds of millions of dollars in fake unemployment claims. Get this, guys. Since 2020, over 24,000 people over 115 years old claimed $59 million in benefits. 28,000 people between 1 and 5 years old claimed $254 million. Nearly 10,000 with birth dates over 15 years in the future claimed $69 million. And in one case, someone with a birthday in 2154 claimed $41,000. Because now apparently we're all time traveling. And yet Democrats are still trying to run Elon Musk out of town. Axios reports that they're launching a campaign to oust him by May 30th on a, quote, legal technicality where Musk's special government employee status can't exceed 130 days. Now, failed vice presidential candidate Tim Walz has been lobbying nonstop attacks on Musk.
My beef is, once you get successful, don't be a greedy and not pay your taxes. But I don't think we should be the party that demonizes someone because they're able to afford something or they're able to work hard and got something. What we should demonize is people like Elon Musk and those people that do that. And that's different.
Haley, all right, let's go in reverse cron here. So I'm going to do the last one first.
Thank you. Yes.
Which is the audacity of Governor Walz to single out Elon Musk as like a bad billionaire. When we talk about contributions to society, he's done nothing but help this society, medical developments, rescuing astronauts and more. And yet George Soros, for example, a billionaire that has led directly to the destruction of society, deaths, and yet that's who Walz is calling to demonize?
Yeah, I love that we're starting in reverse order because that really teed me off. Elon Musk. What has this man contributed to the globe? SpaceX, the first time private sector sent people up into space. And then, oh, wait, you rescue the astronauts who have been stranded there for months and months and months. And then you look over at Tim Walz. And what has Tim Walz given us? Stolen valor, a ton of mistruths that were all spoken about and came to light in the campaign, a failed vice presidential run, and rooting against an American stock that, oh, wait, in your state, your retirement fund happens to own as one of the key stocks. He rooted against the Tesla stock. So Tim Walz, we're going to go with the guy, Elon Musk, who continually innovates, continually makes lives better as you look at your little phone and your stock app and cheer every time Tesla goes down.
Cheryl, talk to me about the attention that the left is placing on what seems to me a misplaced target. So they're obsessed now with getting Elon Musk out of there after the 130 days that you can only work per 365. With no attention paid to the astronomical figures I read, the ridiculousness of who we've been paying in the form of waste, fraud, and abuse. Why is there no attention on that and a thank you given to Elon Musk?
How about a thank you for the transparency that he and the Doge team have put out there? You can go onto the website right now. They've got a live tracker for Doge, and it shows dollar per dollar how much they have saved the American taxpayer. That is you, America. This is volunteer work being done by the world's richest man. And instead of getting a thank you, his employees are getting attacked. There's about 119,000 of them. Vehicles are being attacked. Dealerships are being torched. And he is being completely open and honest with all the work that they are doing. In fact, that entire team is a bunch of very wealthy people that could be, I don't know, sitting on an island they bought instead of trying to help the American economy, come back. $36 trillion in debt, folks. We're in serious trouble. And he cares about that. Versus, sorry, most politicians who have never seen a dollar they didn't want to spend.
Yeah, why isn't the headline on the New York Times 2154? Just keep it that, short and simple, representing the bloated waste, the ridiculous fraud we've all been paying for years.
Well, first, I want to commend those people who have not been born yet, who've already started to save. I think they are a financial planner's dream come true. They're doing everything we're told we're supposed to do. Look, this is a hill for Republicans to die on. Republicans cannot for decades say we're against excess spending. We want balanced budgets. If they don't back up Elon Musk and if they don't take the tough votes required to save money and get rid of these programs, go after the waste, go after the fraud, and yes, on Medicaid, even go after the excessive Medicaid programs. These are areas where if Republicans don't follow through on what they promise, Republicans, what do they stand for? Die on the hill of reducing government spending. That's the biggest difference between the parties.
Kennedy, a website update on the IRS. They told Elon Musk it would take 103 days to fix. It was just moving something. He did it in 71 minutes.
Wow.
That's the efficiency that they represent that somehow the Democrats are resisting.
That's why the E in Doge stands for efficiency. and I'm just so confused why Democrats don't come up with their own list. And they don't add to it. And they don't go, yeah, this is not helping people who really need the government's help. If we have people who weren't born yet, who were born during the Civil War, and they're the ones who are cashing checks from the government, that means that your grandma's not getting a check. Yes. Or a disabled veteran isn't getting a check because there are so many inefficiencies that have been written into this decades-old code. So one of the things they're trying to do is bring the coding, which is so disparate among all the agencies, up to modern parlance. So, all these systems and agencies can speak to each other because when they can speak to each other, you can get rid of redundancies. And Democrats could lean into that. Like, let's get rid of the redundancies and make government more efficient at helping people. And they would actually be popular right now instead of pulling in the 20s.
I'm surprised by all those 1 to 5-year-olds that are out in the workforce.
I know.
You're leaving revenue on the table, Kaylee.
Right. I know. I got to get Nash to work and Blake too.
All right, guys, coming up, President Trump is getting his physical today, as Democrats who said nothing about Biden's decline are now somehow obsessed with Trump's physicality. Stay with us.